everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm the iTunes fanboy, and let's get into this. So, first up, I'm going to explain what the Metaverse is. And the Metaverse is something that's created by Meta, to where it can access via their VR and AR headsets. It uses a combination of those technologies to create an artificial universe, which the goal is for Meta's goal is to have everybody on here to do everything in the Metaverse. And it seems like the future, ain't it? But it really isn't. So, let me go ahead and explain it. So, the first reason, if the Metaverse succeeds, then it will be absolute chaos. Then the world will turn into chaos, similar to a sci-fi movie, where people would stop caring about their real selves and they would care more about their online self, their metaverse selves, because they could be whoever they want to be and do whatever they want to do. So I can see how this would work. So I can see, and this is already beginning to happen a little bit, to where people stop caring about having families, and if people stopped even caring for themselves, then we as humans would likely die off as a species. So, now let's get into some of the reasons why Metaverse will likely fail. Anyways, number one, the obvious reason. Meta is not necessarily known for having... Meta is known for knowing every single thing we do on social media and even out of social media. Like, they know everything. Meta knows lots and lots of stuff. About us. So, if Meta knows all this stuff about us, then the Metaverse will only get even worse, because in order to keep the Metaverse from turning into chaos, they're going to have to monitor everything you do. So you can see what I'm heading toward. This means that they would have to have access to everything we did. And not only that, but in order to, let's say you're typing something, you can even think about typing something, and it will go ahead and respond to you. But this means that Meta will now have access. Meta, by the way, is Facebook. Facebook changed their company name to Meta. By the way, if I didn't explain that to you already. So, Meta did not go. So, the Metaverse will not go. So, the Metaverse Meta will basically have access to everything we do. And it will be really scary, because they can even think about your own private thoughts that you don't even share with your family. Which means that, let's say I came up with an idea for an invention. Then if I was in the Metaverse, Meta could instantly know my invention and potentially steal it. And they could and this is why the Metaverse will likely get shut down, because I'm sure this would happen. And let's go back to the thought about where it can even type about what you're doing. So when you're think about what you're gonna type, and it'll type for you, and it'll complete it for you. So when you type, it'll be mostly controlled by doing stuff like maybe this, but the problem is that it's not going to be very precise. And not only that, as a regular keyboard. And it's not also, and I can just imagine thinking about typing something, and it would type the wrong thing, which could potentially be very embarrassing. So, that's one reason. Another reason is the hardware. The hardware it's going to be required to run something like the Metaverse. Meta is currently trying to get as many people onto the metaverse as possible, so they're going to have to go start trying to lower the cost of their VR headsets to get everybody on, try to get as many people as possible involved in the metaverse. Well, the only problem is the metaverse. This is a brand new technology that we're talking about that they're trying to lower the cost of. Right, not necessarily brand new, but this is still a fairly new technology that's not trying to lower the cost of. So, in case you don't know, let's think about computers for a second. Back in the 1970s and 80s, when computers were just starting to become a thing, they would sometimes cost $2,000 or $3,000, and that they wouldn't even do that much. And of course, that was worth even more money back then. Now you can get good computers for maybe $600 or $700. That ain't bad, right? But if you try to lower the cost of a brand new hardware, where performance is gonna suffer to where reviewers will warn people, hey, don't join the metaverse, it's laggy and slow. And to where people are just not gonna join at all. Already combined with the fact that the metaverse Meta is not known for a good reputation of privacy as when WhatsApp back in January, when WhatsApp released a new update saying that they can now share data with Facebook, back then Facebook. Well, and thousands, millions of people left a signal for that. So this means that combined with people not trusting Meta, because I mean their Facebook portals are failing. Yes, I still haven't updated that brand name yet. So you can imagine how this is like, combined with the fact that reviewers will warn people about this kind of stuff. People aren't going to join in the metaverse. And that's not all. Imagine how. So, in today's day and age, we have to switch back and forth between different gadgets to be able to do stuff. And that's pretty typical. So that way we're wearing out the batteries of different gadgets. Or sometimes gadgets that have to be plugged in, but you know. But if we're all going to be spending time on just one gadget now, imagine how fast the batteries will decline, meaning that this will wind up getting even more expensive. And not to mention, and so the batteries will decline very fast, hence making the metaverse even more expensive. And if you think about it, having a whole entire virtual universe, or fake universe like this, it will require thousands, if not millions, if not even billions, if not even trillions of servers to run this, and it'll only require more servers over time. So you can see how now if this is a fiction, if this is the fake universe we're talking about, Meta can't necessarily implement ads into it. And even if they did, they still wouldn't cover the cost, to where it would only keep the cost of joining the metaverse really high. So combined with those 4 or 5 reasons, the metaverse definitely sounds like it's going to fail. And let's hope it does, to where it doesn't turn society into chaos. But now, I'm glad if you've made it this far into this video, but I'm currently at 271 subscribers at the time of filming. So I'm trying to reach 300 subscribers before Thanksgiving. So if I get 300 subscribers before Thanksgiving, then keep in mind there's only a day and a half more to do this. Subscribe to my channel, and in case you don't know, I've been using iOS my whole life on phones and iPads, but I will switch to Android for a week and I will post a video about it. So if you're curious to see me try Android, or if you just want to help a aspiring creator out, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, and also please smash the like button where this video can get to more people, and possibly share us with friends too, to where they don't make the mistake of joining the Metaverse. And as always, this is the iTunes fanboy signing off.